For years, people have wondered why President Trump seems to ignore America's exploding national debt. While politicians argue about budgets and spending cuts, Trump appears to be doing the opposite, accelerating the debt at full speed. What if that's not recklessness but strategy? What if the debt itself is the trap that destroys the cabal's financial system from within? There are two main schools of thought about how Trump plans to roll out the new economic order. One says he will use digital assets and crypto settlements to pay off America's debt. The other, far more strategic, suggests he's deliberately pushing the current system to its breaking point, leaving the old elites stuck with their own worthless paper while the country transitions to an asset-backed reset. That's the theory we're exploring today, the Trump trap. So here's the question. Why does Trump rarely talk about the national debt, even as he signs massive spending bills like the Big Beautiful Bill? Is he embarrassed that the numbers keep rising under his watch, or is there a deeper reason why he never mentions it? Some believe he's playing a far longer game, intentionally bankrupting the cabal's debt-based empire. They argue that national debt was never meant to be repaid. That's how the system was designed, to trap nations in endless interest payments, inflation, and control. Every time politicians talk about balancing budgets or cutting spending, they're just reinforcing the illusion. The mainstream answer has always been the same: outgrow the debt or slash spending. But that's the lie. That's the trap that keeps the world enslaved to fiat money. Trump instead is flipping the board. He's not trying to save the old game. He's preparing a new one, where the system collapses under its own weight and something stronger takes its place. History reveals why this moment matters. Since 1913, almost no wealthy nation has ever paid down its debt through real surpluses or growth. Only Canada, in the 1990s, briefly managed it through painful austerity. Everyone else just printed more money and called it progress. The debt cycle became permanent, an illusion of prosperity hiding financial decay. And that same year, 1913, something else happened. Three powerful institutions were born: the Federal Reserve, the Internal Revenue Service, and a new propaganda network that would control public opinion. Together, they created a machine that taxed citizens, created money from nothing, and silenced anyone who questioned it. That's when the cabal's modern system truly began. From that point on, governments no longer needed to act responsibly. They could simply raise taxes and print money, robbing citizens through inflation while pretending to balance the books. Inflation is not an accident. It's a hidden tax, the most effective weapon ever designed to keep the public poor and dependent. After World War II, the so-called post-war miracle wasn't discipline, it was deception. Western nations inflated their debts away, quietly destroying the value of what they owed. Nixon's 1971 decision to abandon gold convertibility was called modernization, but it was really default by another name. For 50 years since, the dollar has been in relentless decline. Now the script is reversing. The cabal are the ones panicking over the debt, not Trump. They see what's coming, a controlled demolition of the old fiat order. The Trump trap isn't about escaping debt. It's about weaponizing it to end a century of monetary slavery. The question is, when the reset begins, will you be inside the trap or free from it? Are the elites truly worried about ordinary people losing their savings or struggling to afford food and fuel? Of course not. Their concern isn't about citizens. It's about losing control. The cabal's panic isn't compassion. It's fear that their entire debt-based empire is collapsing beyond repair. So what exactly are they worried about? On October 18, 2025, the world's most respected financial newspaper released a special report titled "Governments Going Broke." That same week, the regular issue carried the headline, "The Coming Debt Emergency." These weren't opinion pieces, they were warnings. The report revealed three shocking truths. First, the richest governments on Earth are heading toward a slow-motion debt disaster. Second, sovereign debt is almost never repaid honestly. It's either inflated away or quietly defaulted. And third, this time, economic growth cannot save us. That is a stunning confession from the very system that created the problem. The article continued, saying this crisis changes how the world must think about risk, trust, and gold. It admitted that average government debt now exceeds 110% of GDP, and that the so-called safe borrowers, America, Japan, France, and Britain, are the ones adding debt fastest. The cabal is terrified because the governments they once controlled through debt are refusing to play the old game. Those same governments are now expanding debt at record speed, forcing a breaking point. That is why Trump pressured the European Union to spend billions supporting Ukraine. It's not random, it's calculated strategy. Putin, aligned with Trump behind the scenes, could have ended that conflict within days, but that was never the plan. The plan was to bankrupt every cabal-controlled nation, drain their treasuries, and free their people from financial slavery. What we're witnessing isn't chaos. It's deliberate strategic collapse. The Rothschilds and their global network know exactly what's coming, but they can't stop it. For generations, they used fiat debt to control trade, governments, and media. Now they are watching that same system die in real time. The debt pyramid is reversing, and every pillar of their power is cracking. A new financial framework is already being built in its place. Ripple's XRP technology, ISO 2022 integration, regulated digital assets, and gold-backed currencies are forming the foundation of what comes next. This is not random innovation, it's a controlled demolition, leading directly to Operation Sandman and Project Odin. The system on the horizon promises sovereignty, transparency, and genuine financial freedom. The debt-based era is ending, and a new golden age stands at the doorway. But before humanity can enter it, the old structure must fully collapse. Every corrupted institution, every manipulated currency, every false promise of value. That's why impatience over bond payouts means nothing right now. The world must first complete its bankruptcy cycle before freedom arrives. Central banks and governments must fall before GESARA can rise. Remember, a single bond may save an individual, but GESARA will save the world. Every leader of every bankrupt nation will soon face two choices. Either they accept all 19 GESARA reforms and become debt-free, or they reject them and face total collapse, riots, frozen accounts, revoked passports, and citizens demanding justice. There will be no neutral ground. Those who accept will activate Reform 8, a mandatory election within 120 days, conducted through a transparent blockchain system where no one can cheat. That is the final step toward freedom, the end of the cabal's rule. The trap is set. The controlled demolition is underway. Stay calm, stay aware, and watch history unfold before your eyes.